TikTok, YouTube, Instagram Reels, even YouTube Shorts has completely fried our brains. Our brains are fried, they're cooked. It's horrible. We have found ourselves in an endless cycle of doom scrolling. December 15th at 2:57 in the morning, God woke me up and he gave me a message. In this message, he said, laziness is another form of pleasing your flesh. And it was at that moment that I realized that I am not living up to my full potential and that something has to give. Before I go into 2025, God has made it very clear that laziness cannot come with me. So as a 20-year-old, I found myself doom scrolling on TikTok for hours. I wake up in the morning, I say a little prayer, not even a real prayer, and then I get on TikTok. Immediately. I wake up about at 8 a.m. maybe. I don't get out of bed till 10 a.m., sometimes 11, because I am scrolling and scrolling as soon as I wake up. And then it's at that point where my brain is literally fried. I have become so out of whack that I don't even know what I want to do to start my day when I get out of bed. The night before, I would say, when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to wake up early, I'm going to make me some breakfast, I'm going to edit this video. But after I've been doom scrolling for 3 hours, right when I wake up, my mind is fried and I don't have any clue as to where I want to go next. I realized that I was pleasing my flesh. My flesh didn't want to get out of bed. My flesh didn't want to do the things in the list of stuff that I know I had to take care of. My flesh just wanted to sit in the bed and doom scrolling, and I was giving my flesh what it wanted. And it made complete sense why God woke me up in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. and told me that laziness is another form of pleasing your flesh. As Christians, we are called to pick up our cross daily and crucify our flesh daily. And when you are doom scrolling for hours, not doing anything, not even opening up your Bible first in the morning, you are pleasing your flesh because you're not doing what you are supposed to do. So, some things have to change going into 2025 for me. I will scroll for hours and I am mentally drained after. And I couldn't figure out why. I just be feeling so drained. My brain is so foggy. I don't even know what to think next. I don't even want to think. It hurts to think because I've just been overstimulating my brains for hours straight, looking at 30-second to a minute videos, taking in all this information. It's too much information at once. Looking at this, looking at that, wishing I had this, wishing I had this lifestyle, and it's too much for me. And I believe that it might be too much for you too. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest. And poverty will come on you like a thief in a scarcity, like an armed man. Proverbs 6. You know, the Lord talks about laziness. And a lot of times we think that God is just telling us to do stuff just so he can control our lives. But I came to realize that it's not necessarily about controlling our lives. The Lord doesn't want us to not be lazy just for the sake of not being lazy. God has given you an assignment. I'm not doing my assignment when I'm lazy. When I'm in the bed and I'm scrolling for hours, not doing what I was supposed to be doing, I am not in the will of God. I believe our phones can be used for amazing things, but when it gets to a point where we're like scrolling for hours and we just not doing anything productive at all, just in the bed doom scrolling, mentally draining ourselves, not even opening up our Bible, not even praying before we get on TikTok, we are outside the will of God. And that is where I found myself a majority of this year. In the beginning of the year, we always set these goals. We have like vision boards and we have all these goals that we want to complete by the end of the year, but none of them are never completed. Well, for me, it wasn't. I wanted to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I'm only at 300 and something subscribers. And then I had to realize why I haven't got to my goal. Maybe because I post every blue moon, or when I do come up with videos, it takes me hours to edit them or even brainstorm or even come up with ideas. We are creative creatures, but because we are always feeding our brain and overstimulating ourselves with so much content on a daily for hours and hours and hours, we lose creativity. Instead of being creative, we resort to comparing ourselves and looking at other people doing the things that we wanted to do. Like when I finally stepped outside my phone and I would go on YouTube and I would watch creators who are doing the same thing that I am doing, it kind of built up this feeling in my heart like, bro, why am I not doing that? This is what I want to do, but I'm not doing it. Why isn't my videos coming out like hers? Why does she have more subscribers than me? And it all made sense because I'm too busy watching everybody else instead of doing it. I'm too busy looking at everybody else live their life instead of living my own. And it's okay to get inspiration from other people and have goals, but now you're jealous. Now you're self-pitying because you can't even do what you are supposed to do because you're too busy watching everybody else. How about you just put your phone down for a minute? Me waking up in the morning without even opening up my Bible or even reading the verse of the day on the Bible app became a problem. It all made sense when God told me that laziness is a form of pleasing your flesh. Because my flesh was pleased, it was full, but my spirit was starving. Even though I was doing everything that my flesh wanted me to do, which would be scrolling on TikTok for hours, watching everybody else, being entertained, constantly stimulating my brain with things that I feel like are entertaining, my spirit was starving. Why am I at 20 feeling like I'm behind and I have nothing going for myself? And I was not putting God first. I was not getting up and reading the Bible first. I was not praying first and letting God work in my life first. I wasn't sitting in silence in prayer. I couldn't. Silence was boring. It wasn't stimulating enough. And this gotta change. I don't know about y'all, but I am not going into 2025 with this same problem. I will not go into 2025 with the same problem, which is why I am making this video so that not only you guys can look at this video and feel convicted and motivate you to get up, but so that I can look back at this video and see the goals that I set for myself. So moving forward, something gotta give. Now it's time to stimulate your brain in a healthy and positive way. Watching all of these TikTok videos is not. Pick up a book. Read the Bible. Pray. Search for a community. Go to church. Work out. And while you're working out, listen to a self-help book. Try to do something where you are not glued to your phone for hours. It is gonna feel so incredibly uncomfortable at first. It's like withdrawal. I think that our phones is some type of drug. You have to first acknowledge the fact that you have a problem and then take the next steps to go into 2025 and actually make a difference and be an impact so that you can be in the will of God. The Lord has given you talents, and He wouldn't have given you talents if He felt like you couldn't do them. So this is your sign. Do not take this foolishness into 2025, okay? It gotta end. It has to So every time you feel lazy, remember that laziness is the arrogance of you thinking that God is going to give you another chance to do what He told you to do today. Yeah, you keep telling God that you're going to do it tomorrow, but God told you to do it today. I refuse to let my 20s pass me by because the whole time I was just scrolling on TikTok. This is our time. Like, this is literally our time. Right now is the best time to start. Don't let your time in your 20s run by and you realize at 35, wow, I've wasted so much time doing absolutely nothing. Once you actually take accountability for your own actions and the fact that you are a doom scroller and that your brain is fried, things will start to change and you will actually start to get annoyed with yourself. I've gotten to the point where I am so annoyed with myself, y'all. Like, I will be scrolling on social media and then it will click, like, even if it's 2 hours later, and I'll be like, bro, my phone is actually irritating me right now. And I just have to put my phone down and walk away from my phone because I will be doom scrolling. And then I look up from my phone and I look around at the state of my room and I'm like, bro, this is nasty. I need to... Why do I have a can of soda and chips? Like, something has to change. And I believe you will get to this point. Even if this video is just the tiniest of seed that has been planted in your mind and in your heart, it will eventually start to grow in you and something will change and you will want better for yourself other than TikTok. I hope this doesn't make you feel judged. You are not alone in this. I hope that this reaches an audience where you're tired of the phone too. You are tired of not reaching your full potential too. And something has to give. And I think that this will be that. I hope that this was helpful. And I pray that you go into 2025 with a new mindset. I pray that you go into 2025 with different goals. Not just goals to be rich. Not just goals to gain all the followers in the world, but goals to actually create better habits for yourself, that eventually the things in your dreams will come true. But your dreams cannot come true if you don't create a better environment for yourself, if you don't create a better habits for yourself, and just life in general. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.